What's good, everybody? It is October 21st, 2024. My name is Kenny Kamz, and this is The Black Show. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I've been just chilling on the weekends. I had some music to work on yesterday to send off. And some editing. So I'm gonna take a day a week off for the Black Show, just so I can get some of the other stuff done. And just because I'm learning balance, y'all. Like legitimately learning balance. Like, and it's the reason why. And I guess it kind of goes into the main topic. But all before I get into that, shout out to Eric Murray. I was watching the Packer game. Eric Murray's a former Riverside kid that plays for the Texans. Almost had a real big pick at the end of the game to seal it, but I'm proud of Eric, man. Eric has done his job. I think he on his third contract in the NFL, so it's dope. I'd like to shout out the Riverside kids that are doing something. I guess grown men now, but uh, not even grown men now. So yeah, I'm learning balance, y'all. And I was saying I was watching Packer game. That was my balance yesterday. But I and I told one of the coaches I was talking to about this too. I was like, "No, take some time off, bro." He was trying to get going on like strategy stuff for next year, like fundraising and stuff for them. I was like, "Bro, just take a couple weeks off and chill." And I'm learning that myself, man, because I've been a chronic overworker, specifically after 2021. And I know what triggered it. So in my last relationship, and I've been single for like 3.5 years, y'all. And I realized that, and it sucked during most of that time. And have I dated during that time? Yeah, but I'm really selective, and not even looks wise. It's just if our personalities mesh, and like our goals and everything meshes. So like I'm not very, like, I don't even want to say that I'm picky looks wise, but I have my type that I like, but I'm not I'm more critical on like just where your mind's at. Like that could cancel out a woman real quick for me. Like, and not that like, and I'll just finish the thought on that. And not, it don't have to be like all driven about money and about all that stuff. It's like, are you a good person? Are you a kind person? Do you care about people? Do you have some empathy? Like, how do you feel about humanity? Stuff like that. Because everything else I could work. I'm not very picky when it comes to in relationships to like habits or behaviors. It's more like I'm a bigger picture person. So during my last relationship, and I was working at Rebels during the time. My ex used to always talk to me about like, you need to make more money. And I was still trying to figure out this music stuff too. So, and I get that on that end, like, oh, it's another nigga trying to try music. But the thing is, I think a lot of people missed about me in that is that, yeah, I'm just another nigga trying music. But my granddad is a Hall of Fame musician. My dad was in Texas Southern Band. Like, I went on this like I have not been doing what I was called to do from birth. Like, I could play songs by ear. I can't read music. Like, I could pick up an instrument and make good sound out of it, any instrument. So like it wasn't like this is a money grab for me. This is like a thing that really means something to me. Like BMG, Boogie Morton's grandson. Like, it does mean Blueprint Media Group when it first started, but it also means Boogie Morton's grandson. Like, so it's not, and I think that's where people got twisted with the music thing, was I was really chasing, and not even a dream. I was chasing like I was going on a journey, like a hero's type journey to do something to honor my grandfather and my father. And I get, me and my granddad used to have talks about this too. I get why he never would tell me about the industry, but I used to always ask him, like, dog, why didn't you make it big? Like, big, because he is a genius. He was a genius. Like, why didn't you make it big? And now I understand why he didn't, because he wouldn't compromise himself. And like that's the thing. Like, I'm doing it because they didn't really get a chance. Like, that's how I look at it with my young dogs playing football too. Like, when my kids or my guys that I work with, or like, I'll give a good one. Like, let's go Jaden. Jaden at North Dakota State. Even though Jaden and I wasn't super close, but I get to live through them boys. So, because I know, and from my experience in coaching and playing, I know the life that they getting to live, and opportunity that they getting to go to the weight room, to be around their boys, to live a new life from Milwaukee. So I get to live through them. That's why, like, I'm never jealous of them. And I think the one dude that I played with that got to the NFL, I think he thought we were jealous of him or envious of him, but a lot of us was living through him. Like, maybe other people was, but I was like, dog, my dog in the NFL. That's how I was with Murray yesterday. I'm like, dog, Murray getting to live the life of an NFL defensive back, bro. That's so dope. Like, but I realize everybody don't think that way. And I'm gonna relate this back to work, but it's all going together. Yeah, I realize everybody don't think that way. So when I see, like, even my young dogs now, like, one of my young dogs just had a little baby girl, like, and I get to see the change over him becoming a dad, going from a 16-year-old kid that I knew to becoming a dad. It's wild, and I realize a lot of people don't have that mindset, because everybody's on a, what can I get? Where can I get it? It's like a desperation mindset. And I've never been on that. Even in my lowest of times with having $0 in my pocket, I never really think that way, because I'm just like, you know what? Whatever position I'm in is because of my decisions that I made at some point. So I gotta live with where I'm at and figure it out. But I realize a lot of people don't do that either. And the people that I was around, and I don't want to put it all on my ex. It was a lot of that group that I was around. Like, I realized their mindsets now. I liked them. I hung out with them because of the memories, but I really had nothing in common character wise with them. And not saying it's all negative. Like, it just didn't mesh. And I should have realized that in college. But in college, I was kind of playing a character, because I was like, man, I don't know. I'm really from the hood. I'm out here with all these white folks and these black dudes that, like, don't really fuck with me, but kind of fuck with me. So I gotta, like, be cool with them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm stuck in the middle. Like, all right, so I gotta. And then once I was able to kind of remove myself from them, I did as an adult. So, like, I seen all of this a long time ago. I just was being a little bitch and wasn't acting on it. Like, so with all that being said, I've learned myself to, like, the way the way I was working. Like, I love making music. Music is like a hobby of mine. I just figured out how to monetize it. So making music is not work to me. But doing the other stuff for, like, other people, because most of my work I've been doing is for other people, I realized. And that's cool, because, that's just kind of keeping the business afloat. So that's necessary. But again, like, the studio situation, just the way Milwaukee interacts with people that's working to do stuff in Milwaukee in general, like, it's turned me off from helping other people that I don't love or that I don't see working hard. Like, if I don't see you working, again, I go back to that relationship. Like, I remember Shorty used to always tell me, like, people just can't move on from stuff like you. I'm like, yes, they can. Yeah, they can. Like, that's called healing from your trauma. Like, I don't know. I feel like I be a reversal world, because it was projected on me from even my mama, my ex, like, that I was so triggerable, and, like, when really if people know, like, the people that do that type of stuff, what I realize is they can't live outside. And I was talking about my mama on this, but my mama was, like, influenced by my ex. She was, like, calling mama and stuff, and, like, craziness. But what I realize is people that can't uh interact with reality outside of what they believe. So, like, these are the people that will be like, you be talking about politics. They're like, you say who you. I don't talk about politics at all. Y'all see, I've stayed away from all this politics shit because I just don't care. It's beneath me to talk about the candidates that they gave us. If that position means what it means, those are the two candidates. Oh, y'all fucking with us. That's y'all fucking with us the whole time. But the people that like, if you say, start talking about politics, right? And you be like, why won't you vote for Trump? If they say, well, because Trump's a racist, I immediately stop talking to that person. Because either that person is extremely uninformed and it's pointless to have a conversation about something like that. This person's extremely uninformed. And those people can't grasp a different reality than what they've been told already. Like they can't grasp that Trump's not racist, that they've been lied to by the media. And the reason why I realize, and also the other part I judge too now, so we so far deep in this game now, right? The people that won't say this stuff publicly, like I'm saying, that believe this, I judge you as well. Like, I don't fuck with you either. Because essentially what you are the fans that are cheering, or the ex-teammates that are, or the people that want to play cheering from the stands. Like, get in the fucking game, bro. Like, the people that'll hit me in DM or like something like that, be like, man, that's a good point. You know, I'll heart it, but I rarely respond to stuff like that because I'm like, fam, you should, like, it's to the point everybody should be talking about everything. So the people that like that do that, I realize that they're unreasonable people. So it's no point to deal with them anymore. I've cut off so many people from just being. I'm like, dog, why do I always have to be in your reality? Like, why can't I talk about philosophers and stuff? Why can't you sit and listen to me talk about the stuff I enjoy too? Why aren't you engaged in the stuff that I got going on too? Why am I always the one engaged in what you got going on or trying to? So I was like, oh, if you don't really fuck with me, if you don't like the nerd side of me or like the ADHD brain side of me or where I'll talk sometimes, then you don't really like me. And that's okay. Like, I'm not upset about that, but I stopped participating in that two-sidedness of like, oh, okay, I'm the weirdo. Like, if I'm the weirdo, I'm okay with it and I'll be the weirdo. But I'm not going to try to not be myself to fit in with other people. And that's what America specifically is. America's a bunch of people that think different but act out, but behave different. So like, most people know this trans stuff is nonsense. Not saying it's nonsense. It's not, it's a health issue, but not the health issue as they're putting it. It's a psychological issue. It might be trauma issue. It's something else going there. It's not that, oh, because they said that they're that. That's never been a thing. Like, a lot of these topics, like the fact that the Democratic Party solely ran on abortion, bro, like that is so wild, dog. I don't care how you feel about abortion. I'm not for it. I think it's murder. And I think it's murder that's kind of just being justified by, it's bad decision. Murder that's being justified by saying I made a bad decision. And I just don't agree with it. I can never agree with it. But the fact that the Democrats really ran a whole campaign on that is wild, bro, when there's so much other shit going on. And so what does that tell you? That's the part where I think people always miss. What does that tell you about where we're at as a society? And do we deserve to keep going as a society? I don't know. The election is coming in a couple of days, so that's crazy. I will say this election cycle doesn't seem like I've been as bombarded as before. Maybe because I've just been tapped out on it. So I want to end on this topic. It was actually supposed to be the initial topic, but I think I talked for about 20 minutes before I got to it. So, what is success to you? Or what does successful mean? I think for some people, for most people, it means being rich, being known, being respected and all of that. At points in my life, I thought that was it too. But that was my like barometer of success at different points. Because I go back and forth on this daily. And I really, I ain't gonna get that deep. Y'all always know all that. but I got to make decisions about stuff like this pretty soon here. Um, on what success means to me. So to me personally, I don't really see a lot of material stuff as success. So y'all see me, yes, this is polo, but like I don't dress like I don't put value in my clothes and stuff. And I know it's being in the city. That's why I realized why the city don't rock with me because I am nothing like the city. Like I think I was gone at too too much crucial times. But I don't like the expensive jeans and the glasses and the shades. And I don't really do all of that. That's not me. Having a nice fancy car and stuff like that, it's not me. Like or one to drive fancy, it's not me. Um, I wouldn't want no mansion, but I would want land, and that's just for projects. So I could build stuff on it and nobody bother me. Um, I know you gotta get land surveyors and all that stuff, but I can do stuff by hand. I'm talking about, so I got time to do it. It's my space. I look at my version of success is like, and I say again, man, like a lot of these cats that don't understand me didn't grow up with dads, and the ones that didn't hear their name at a funeral and see 2 years later who acts like what, who you know what, like you know what I mean, like what's what now, like oh okay, okay, see, because once somebody gone, you can see how people really felt about them, right? So I really got to see all that shit, and my level of success is like I had to figure a lot of this. Yeah, of course I had, pushes along the way, but I had to figure out a lot of this shit by myself. A majority of it. I'm talking about just to function as a human by myself. Or adult, not a human. My parents helped me as a kid, but as an adult, I was pretty much on my own since 18, like so or 17 really. So like I just had to figure it out. And the more people I could help kind of do that journey a little quicker, and it's showing because like I talk to Kelly and Byron about this all the time, but Jeff and them, like they are so much for they are so hard on themselves, and I'm like, dog, y'all realize the age y'all what y'all are right now. I was coaching y'all. I was like, y'all don't know I was a fucking mess, man. And them was the boys that was like, if I had to move, they move the couches for me and stuff like that. So that was my crew back then. Like that was my young dogs. That's my first set of young dogs. Besides like the mentor kids that I had, like the high risk, the gun kids. Those are the first set of good kids. They're well behaved kids that I had. But I tell them all the time I was a mess back then, dog. Like I ain't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I was just kind of floating through the world. And I'm like, you niggas got careers already. Relationships gonna be relationships. I used to sweat about that. I'm like, I'm 35, man. I should be married. Like people looking at me because I'm not married. I'm like, man, I don't care about what y'all think about that. I'm waiting till I find the woman. I'm like, yep, that's my mother, my kids. That's what I'm waiting for. And I probably won't seriously date until I see that. Like, yeah, that's my kid's mom. That's the only way I'm gonna know. That's the only way. So I'm like, oh, I can't. I'm not really putting a lot of focus on that until I run into that woman. So, but I tell them they so much like they got trades and shit. I'm like, y'all so much further along than I was. Y'all at least got plans. I didn't even have a plan, bro. And they hard on themselves. I'm like, oh, relax, bro. Relax. I wish somebody would have told me that because then I would have had like my hair is growing back, but all these grays is for a reason, y'all. I'm gonna start dyeing my beard too. I think I'm gonna start getting rid of some of the grays. But I don't even care. I'm gonna start getting rid of some. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna quit just rambling on here. I got a bunch of new music out, man. I'm just gonna keep dropping music. I basically got to get all my music out by November 1st that I got sitting right now. So that's the goal right now. I'm re-recording stuff. I'm mixing stuff. I got to get all the singles that I have sitting out by the first. So that is the goal for the day, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day, man. And I say, like, don't take stuff too seriously, man, because that anxiety ain't worth it in the end. It ain't worth it, man. Take a second, breathe and relax, y'all. Breathe and relax. The game is designed to get us all wound up, man. That's the part I realize. You're just feeding it to the fucking game. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all week. It's Kenny Kamz. I'm out.
Kinda lit now. Need 10 for a show. Smoke everywhere they go. They couldn't see it, now they know. All the snakes had to weed it out. Still look at a few sideways. Still be in a rat pack. Playing Frank had it my way. Smoking blunts in a driveway. Trust me, we gon' get paid.